Alright, hey, Mega here, and I'm doing a kind of show and tell video on a new motorcycle wheel chock that I got from Amazon, alright? So, right here, I've got a Condor SC-2000 wheel chock that I've had for a while now, and I like it a whole lot. I got it secondhand for about, like, I don't know, like $30–40 or something from somebody local I knew, and it's been a great chock. The thing is, like, this chock is really expensive, alright? I've seen them go for, like, up to $200 or more, alright? Right now, this particular chock is $172 on Amazon, which sounds like a pretty good price if you ask me. So, I was shopping for another chock. What I really like about this chock is it's portable, alright? It's portable, and you can move it around and stuff. I've got it set up on my trailer where I can put it in 2 different positions, and I like that. I like being able to remove it from the trailer if I need to use the trailer for something else other than transporting motorcycles, you know. And yeah, so that's why I like this chock a whole lot. The only thing is that, yeah, it's removable, and it's kind of a pain in the ass because you have to remove it every time because it's like a $200 chock. You don't want it to get stolen, right? Okay, so I got this from Amazon. What's in the box? All right, we'll take it out in a second. It's the 7Blacksmiths wheel chock. All right, and what I noticed on Amazon and eBay, you can get it from a couple different places. It looks exactly like the Condor chock. So we're gonna do a comparison video between the Condor SC-2000 and this 7Blacksmiths wheel chock I got on Amazon. All right, so we'll take a closer look at it. I got this for $99 on Amazon versus the $172 one right here, okay? But I got this one, like I said, I got this one way cheaper. I couldn't really swing paying $200 for a brand new one, you know, or $172 in this case. So I wanted to try this cheaper alternative out, okay? This one is made in the United States, I'll tell you that, and it's rock solid. It's a very good chock. This one is made in China, I believe. But we'll see. It looks like they basically just copied this chock, and yeah, and then they're just selling it. So let's take a look and see how good its quality is compared to this one. You know, I wanted to try it out to see how it is compared to the Condor one. All right. Honestly, if it was a little cheaper, yeah, I know. If it was like $150. Or like if it was like $100, yeah, I would probably buy it. $100 is already still a lot to pay for a chock, you know. I have a trackside chock, but it's not portable like this one is. This one you can fold, you can adjust the cradle. It has a cradle here that's self-locking, so you ride your motorcycle up onto it and it'll hold it straight up. You don't have to hold it up and while you're ratcheting it down. It's very safe, all right, and it's very strong. I haven't had any problems with it. Sometimes the thumb screws kind of come loose and you just have to check them every once in a while, but I've never had it come off or my bike fall off or anything. All right, it's a very good chock. All right, so let's see how this one is. Let me go take this one out of the box. Yeah, let's go see what's in the box, and then we'll do a comparison between the two. I'm hoping this new one, we can use it on all the same stuff that this goes on, and then that way I could move the chock around everywhere I want, you know. One thing I noticed about this one is it has a lot of holes. It's like a Swiss cheese version of this one, all right? This one is all solid. This one has like a bunch of holes drilled into it. So I'm thinking it's going to be lighter. So this one I'm thinking is better for, like, from what I saw on the ad on Amazon, is this can handle up to a 3,000-pound motorcycle. I don't know what motorcycle is 3,000 pounds, man, but that's a lot, all right? So this is rated to carry something really heavy, and I don't really have any bikes that heavy, all right? The most heaviest bike I've had using this is probably my electric motorcycle, and that comes in at like 475 pounds, all right? I think that is that is, and it held it just fine. That's what I'm gonna say. All right, so let's go take a look at this. $99 from Amazon, 7Blacksmiths wheel chock. Okay, so this is really the 7blacksmiths.com wheel chock, because it says so on the box here, okay? So it says 7blacksmiths.com. I probably should have gone to the website before, I think. It says this way up on the box. You can see the box is in pretty bad shape. They didn't package it very well. It's just kind of this in there, and stuff is loose and it can move around and all. Yeah, not the best packaging. You know, I would think there'd be some, yeah, some styrofoam stuff in there, you know, at least see some packaging peanuts, something. You can see there's a hole in the box right there. Yeah, not the best packaging. Really, the only packaging material in there are these plastic bags and this very thin styrofoam stuff. Not good packaging material at all, okay? All right, so this is the Rack Alpha 44. It's made in China to the USA. Okay, whatever. I guess they made it in China and they're selling it in the USA. That's basically what that means, okay? I do know this one is made in the United States, all right? That's why it costs more. Okay, and the other side is pretty much the same. All right, let's take it out. Okay, there it is. All right, so let's hopefully we can get all this to look like this right here, okay? Okay, so here's what it comes with. It comes with the cradle part, very similar to this part right here. It comes with the actual kind of chock portion, all right? This is where the wheel rests. It's like it rests in front of the wheel that keep it from rolling forward. Here's the mounting bars, all right? This is the ones you have to mount on the trailer. So the chock can mount to this, all right? So it's like a kind of like a quick remove system. There's 2 of these bars, all right? And I have these already on the trailer. I'm hoping we can utilize the ones that are from the Condor one also, okay? I want to see how compatible it is with all this. All right, and here's the base section, all right? And as you can see, it's all scratched up already. I'm probably gonna have to touch it up a little bit, all right? Definitely the finish is not that good. It's pretty beat up here on the side. Yeah, not the best packaging. I'm telling you, man, they did not do a good job packaging this stuff. But it's pretty hard to break this stuff, right? So but yeah, it is not. It's not in a beautiful condition, is what I'm gonna say. All right, I wonder how the packaging was for the Condor Chock, because I didn't get it brand new. It's got to be better than this. It's got to be better than this. This Chinese stuff, all right? Okay, and then here's the mounting hardware. All right, and there is an instruction. That's the instructions. Okay, the instructions is like just a diagram, all right? But yeah, hopefully I can figure out how to put this together by looking at this. All right, it's not that difficult. It is pretty much an exact copy of this. All right, except yeah, this one has like a bunch of holes. It's like a Swiss cheese version of this. So one thing we could do is we could weigh how much each one. It would be nice to have a slightly lighter one. This is pretty heavy, all right? I gotta say this is probably like 30, maybe 40 pounds or something. All right. Okay, so here's all the hardware that comes with it. All right. You got these 2 bars here, and I guess we should let's do an inventory. You should always inventory stuff that you take out. All right. So here's the holder plate number 1. Okay, it goes 1 through 11, all right? So 1 is the holder plate, and you should have 1. That's the holder. Okay, the holder plate is this bottom part right here, all right? 2 is the backstop. I guess that's this part right here, okay? 3 is the front stop. What's the front stop? Right here, okay. 3 is the front stop. That's like the cradle thing that A's Mega calls it, all right? And then 4 is a short cradle pin. That's this guy right here. Okay, I think it's that. Long cradle pin, 5. All right, so you should have 2 of those. 1, 2. Okay. 6 hitch pin clip. 3 of them. No, 6. 6 there should be. Okay, 6. There should be 6 of these clips. 3 of these clips. I mean. So there's 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. You got those. Now 4 thumb screws. All right. These look exactly like the same thumb screws that are on the Condor Chock. We'll compare them. Okay. Let's put all the stuff that. Okay, and then part number 8 is you need 4 hex tap bolts. Okay, that's what these are. I don't know what kind of tapping you're going to be doing with these bolts. Oh, I know what these are. These are going to be for the trailer when you mount it. So this
actually goes with those bars right there, okay? And then 4 lock nuts. Okay, these go with that. Okay, and then you're gonna have 8 fender washers. So that's 4, and there's another 4, so that's 8, okay? And then 11, there's 2 trailer only mounting strips, all right? And that's what these 2 are, okay? We got this and the other one, all right? So what I've noticed is it looks like this, this trailer parts have been painted, all right? This is painted, while this has been powder coated. This finish is very, very strong on this Condor Chock. You know, I've used it a lot, and it still looks great. That's what I'm gonna say, okay? I'm really impressed with the quality of this. We'll have to see how this is, all right? Okay, let me put this together, all right? Let me put this together first, and then we'll compare the 2, and then we'll weigh the 2, and then Hades Mega will install it on the trailer, and then we'll see, okay? All right, so it looks like we got everything. I think these rings, what are these ring thingies? Oh, these rings are supposed to go on these, because they're right here. See, I'm telling you, it's like an exact copy. So there's the 2 right here, okay? I'm not going to go over the trailer mounting hardware, but there's the 3 pins, all right? 3 hitch pins, all right? And there's this thing. I don't really know where this goes. I don't remember that being anywhere, all right? Yeah, that's a good question. We'll have to figure it out. Okay, there's these 3 rings right here. There's 1, 2, 3 right there. All right, so I can pretty much put this together by looking at this. All right, so that's what I'm going to do right now. All right, here's what we got. Okay, there you go, boys and girls. There you have it. I have assembled it. So it was a little harder to assemble than I thought it would. Okay, yeah, so its design is slightly different than the Condor Chock, especially how it assembles, all right? So fortunately, this pin fit perfectly, all right? However, one of these holes, right, in the backstop, it didn't fit, all right? It wouldn't go all the way through. I was like, what the heck? And I measured it. One side was 12.6 millimeters, the other side was 12.3. I was like, how are you supposed to get the pin through the hole if they're different sizes? That's what I'm saying, okay? So I had to modify it a little bit, all right? I had to pretty much enlarge the hole a little bit. I took a little bit of material off with the Dremel, as you can see in that video, all right? And yeah, so it definitely, the fit and finish is not as good as the Condor, all right? So there's a reason why that one costs twice as much as this one, all right? Or a little bit less than twice as much, okay? And yeah, so this is pretty much the unit right here. And I'll tell you now, it's kind of floppy. It's not like flat or anything. Maybe it's because maybe this part of my garage isn't flat. I'm not sure, man, but this one sits flat. See, it's not wobbling at all. What the heck? All right, so yeah, all I can say is you get what you pay for, all right? Made in the U.S. versus made in China. That's basically what this video is going to be about, all right? And it is still pretty heavy, all right? I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it's pretty heavy still. But the Condor one definitely is heavier, okay? So this is pretty much the Chock unit right here, okay? The rest of the stuff, the 2 bars and stuff, those go on your trailer, and then this mounts onto those bars, all right? So, but this is pretty much the most of it right here, okay? And then yeah, you would use these thumb screws. You would use these thumb screws to mount it on these bars right here when you have it mounted on the trailer yet. Okay, I haven't done it yet, so yeah, but we can see if it works with the Condor Chock mounts. Okay, so let's go over the differences between the two chocks. All right, let me go change. So I've got the two chocks side by side here, and we're gonna take a look at the differences between them just by looking. Okay, obviously you can tell most of this chock has like holes been drilled into it, lots of big holes, whereas this one doesn't have them. All right, this has like a wrinkle coat finish. All right, and I believe the rest of this is powder coated, very strong finish. All right, this, it looks like, I don't know, it could be powder coated, I'm not sure. Yeah, it could be powder coated. The welds on this, not so good. That's what I say. All right, take a look at this, guys. Okay, so let's compare the cradles. You can see some splatter welds here. This is like something Hades Omega would be doing. All right, I'm not a very good welder, and this is indicative of the type of welding Hades Omega does. All right, and yeah, look at this. The weld quality on this, not so good. Just splatter material. It look very thick, ugly looking welds and stuff. Okay, it looks like I'm not really sure how they made this. But this looks like it's made out of 3 pieces, all right? They basically taken the American part and made a cheaper version of it, all right? They made it easier to manufacture, basically, is what I'm saying. You've got this center part here with like a kind of rod welded to it on the back, okay? And then you've got these 2 kind of wings welded on the sides here. So this is welded to this is welded to this, and then this rod is welded to the back of this to keep that in there, right? How strong these welds are and how secure it'll be on your bike, we'll have to see in the future, okay? Hopefully we won't have any problems with it. Okay, it's even got the 2 little holes here that the Condor Chock has, okay? And I think you can mount this any way. You can flip-flop it, I think. All right, so there it is, and it just pivots on that axis. There are 5 mounting points. All right, yeah, anyway, let's take a look at the difference in the cradles first. So you can tell it looks like this was made out of 1 solid piece of steel. It's just been pressed into a position. All right, I don't think it's been CNC'd, because that would be a big block to CNC, but yeah, there must have been some kind of press or some kind of machine that formed this cradle. It's very, very nice. All right, I think this part is not cheap. Okay, if you try just to buy the cradle part, it's very expensive. So that's why I don't leave this on a trailer, because you can remove it easily. All you got to do is pull this pin right here, and then the pin comes out and the whole thing comes out. All right, kind of like that. Okay, that easy to take it out. All right, I can tell you this: the finish on the 7Blacksmiths one, not as good as the Condor one for sure. Okay, pins look pretty much the same. It even has the little rings here to help you pull it out. Okay, how many holes does it have to mount so this is where you would mount it onto those bars that you're going to mount on your trailer. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 holes on this one. All right, so 8 times 2, there's 16 holes total. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's 8 holes. So they got the same amount of mounting holes on it. That's good. I wonder if they're spaced the same amount. There's these big holes right here. I don't know what they're there for, but maybe just to make it lighter, I guess. So the biggest difference between this chock and the Condor Chock, the SC-200, is this one uses a single pin and a small pin, all right, to lock this guy in place, all right. And where the Condor one uses 2 different pins, all right. There's a pin that goes on the pivot point right here, and then there's like a stopper pin that keeps it from moving, all right. And then so supposedly you can, if you took this pin out, you can fold this down. If you took this pin out in the back, you can fold this down, all right. So this uses 2 long pins to lock it in place, where this one uses a long one and a small one, all right. There's a small one to keep it from moving in the back, and then there's so they've kind of re-engineered it a little bit. Which one is better? I don't know. I think they do the same thing, so I think they're both okay. And it was a hard time getting that in there. I don't know if I'm going to want to take that out. I never fold it, so I always take it off like this. All right, so I always take the whole unit off like this. I don't fold it, but you could fold it. Let me see how easy it is to fold it. I had to use a hammer to do it, so I might not be able to get it back in. Yeah, it's like it's stuck. It's stuck. I would have to have a hammer and punch it out. Like, but I don't plan to fold it. But you could, if you want an example of what it looks like when it's folded, we can fold the other one. How about that? Okay, yeah. So if you wanted to fold it, you would pull out the pin. In this case, you would pull out the pin from here. Pull out this very small pin. Folding it real quick, okay? So if you wanted to fold this one, you would pull this pin out right here, this hitch pin, and then you would pull this pin out right here. Boom, that comes out, and then that frees this, and then you can fold it downward. All right, it's so tight, and it's like kind of not in the right. It's not properly aligned. I have to use a hammer to get it in there. I don't think it's coming out. I would have to like elongate the hole or something. I don't want to do that. Like I said, I'm not going to fold it anyways. Okay. Here, this one says Condor on the side here, okay? Doesn't say anything on the side. It's just got these slots here, okay? You can see where I grinded it. There's some dust over there to try to get this pin through there. Why one of the holes is bigger than the other, I don't know, okay? But obviously it's too small for the pin to fit in there, all right? Everything fits like too tight is what I'll say, all right? Okay, so I'm not going to fold this one, but I'll show you how this one folds. This one folds pretty much the same way. You would pull this pin here. All right. Oh, crikeys. Okay, yeah. Pull this pin out right here, okay? And then you would take this long pin out. Okay. Long pin goes out, and then you can fold this down, okay? And I guess you'd have to take the cradle out if you want it to be totally flat. Yeah, I can't do that right now. I have to take the cradle out. So, but anyway, yeah, that's what it looks like in the folded position. I'd imagine this does this exact same thing, okay? And then you would just put that locking pin back in, and it comes in like everything is all properly aligned. QC much better on the Condor Chock for sure. I have to say, not a big fan of this cheaper one, the quality wise, okay. Okay, so those are the big differences between the 7Blacksmiths one and the Condor one, all right? The locking mechanism, all right? The holes all over it, all right? The welding, the cradle is much different, okay? The cradle is much higher quality on the Condor Chock. Like I said, you get what you pay for. It's still got the 5 holes on the side, all right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 holes that you can adjust for different diameter wheels, okay? I think 3 is for like 17-inch wheels, all right? So this one has it in the middle, all right? And then there's the cradle. This is the automatic locking cradle. When you ride your bike up onto the Chock, this flips like that, and it locks the bike into place. And then your bike shouldn't fall over. Hopefully, if you got it set properly, okay? Yeah. So the finish looks, I don't know, the finish looks stronger on the Condor one. This one isn't that bad, but it already came. It's already all scratched up and stuff. I'm just gonna get like a magic marker or something and, you know, touch it up. So there you go. Those are the differences between the Condor SC-2000 and the 7Blacksmiths. 7Blacksmiths trailer only Chock. Okay, that's what it's called. All right. So you can see this one, made in America. It even has a sticker with a serial number on it. All right. Okay, this one even has a sticker on it. It says made in America. There's a sticker with a serial number on it. Okay. Yeah, actually, oh yeah, another thing I noticed is, yeah, the backstops are totally different. All right, like I said, the locking mechanisms are different. This has a you got to bolt this part onto this, while this part has been welded on. All right, it's welded right here, and right here. Okay, and there's a little piece of splatter right there. Not so good. All right, this looks so much more streamlined is what I'm gonna say. All right, yeah, but like I said, I wanted to buy this one so I can compare the two. All right, and I wanted to save some money. So there's, you save pretty much, I saved $70 by buying this. I could have probably bought, yeah, I could have probably bought like 2 or 3 for like 2 of these. So but I really only need 2. Okay, I'm not really going to carry 2 bikes. But so let's go see if this, if you can mount the, oh yeah, another thing we can check. Okay, so another thing we can compare is the thumb screws. So I got the thumb screws in this vitamin bottle here. Okay, there they are. So I'll take one out. So here's the difference between the thumb screws. They look pretty much the same, except This one has like a flange on it, all right? So these are better. These have a flange on it. They help distribute the load. This doesn't. I would imagine maybe it might mess up the hole in the future, okay? I don't know. You can probably buy these from Condor too, so. Also, alternatively, if you didn't want to use thumb screws, you could use regular bolts, all right? If you can find a bolt that's this thread, all right, you can just bolt it down on a trailer so nobody takes it, you know? But I want to be able to move the chocks around and stuff and take them out when I need them, so. That's the reason I wanted to buy this. I didn't want chocks staying on my trailer all the time because I want to use have my trailer more like a multi-purpose trailer. Okay, so let's go mount this on my trailer and see if it mounts where the Condor Chock stuff mounts. Because that would be great. If not, we're just gonna have to use this hardware. Okay, so I'll show you how this works. I'll talk you how this works. Basically, you would mount this to the deck of your trailer. All right. With these bolts, all right, you got 4 of them, so you got 4 holes, 1, 2, 3, 4. One of them still in the package, and then you would bolt it to your trailer with the fender washers, all right, to help distribute the load, and then your nut and bolt, all right. This mounted on the trailer, and then this would mount onto these 2 bars via the thumb screws, all right, through these holes right here. All right, that's how it works. So let's see if it works. Okay guys, so the last comparison we can make is the weight, all right? So let's see how much the 7Blacksmiths Chock weighs on my scale here. All right, about 22 pounds and 12 ounces. We'll just call that 22 pounds, all right? I'm pretty sure that the 7Blacksmiths one is lighter. All right, okay, here's the Condor SC-2000. All right, 28 pounds and 6 ounces. So with all those speed holes drilled into there, you save about 6 pounds. It's noticeable, I'll tell you that. When you pick it up, it's noticeable. Okay, so in my honest opinion, if you were going to transport mini bikes like Hades Omega is, or bikes that aren't that heavy, maybe like dirt bikes and stuff, this one probably is perfectly fine. All right, how strong the welds are, Hades Omega will find out. Okay. But if you want like a really bomb-proof one, if you're going to be like, what's the heaviest bike you can carry? Like a Harley Davidson Cruiser or something, or a bagger or something, a really, really heavy motorcycle, then you probably want to go with the Condor Chock. All right, the Condor Chock is more heavy duty for sure. Okay. But this one doesn't seem like too bad. It's about like 5 pounds lighter too, so it's easier to carry. That's less weight on your trailer and all that. That's why I wanted to try it out. I use it to transport. I'm mainly going to use it to transport mini bikes and dirt bikes, so it should be perfectly fine for it. All right. Yeah, I'm not really sure how many pounds it is rated to handle. I'll put a subtitle below. All right, I'll put some of the features in the subtitle below from the Amazon website. All right, let's go see if this mounts on my trailer. Okay, so there you go. You've got the 2 chocks on there. This is the 7Blacksmiths one, the Chinese one. And so I have to say the thumb screws are garbage. They're not good. All right, that's why you want that flange on there. Look at how much this moves. Not good. So you definitely want to use something with a flange like this one, the Condor one. Yeah, the Condor one doesn't move at all. Okay, so let me but yeah, I'll show you where they're mounted. Okay, so you can see here, these are the plates that are already mounted on the trailer. So it is actually compatible with the Condor ones, sort of, kind of. They kind of don't line up super well. Maybe the holes weren't drilled the same. That's what I say. All right, so let me see if I could use these bolts, the thumb screws, on this one. All right, because this one is. So you see how much this moves? Like maybe I could try to tighten it more, but like there's nothing. It doesn't have a flange on it, so it doesn't press on the base of the chock. So it just flops around like that. No good. If you look at this one doesn't move at all. Okay, so there it is. It's mounted on the trailer with the Condor Chock thumb screws, and it's much more solid. All right, and then just I put the ones from the 7Blacksmiths one on this. All right, without the flange. As you can see, it moves a whole lot. Okay, but to be fair, let's go mount this let's go mount this on these bars here. All right. So this works. It's fine. It's fine. All right. It actually works with the Condor hardware. What I might do is I might just use the Condor mounting hardware. All right. I have another set of these mounting bars, and then I actually have another set of these Condor mounting thumb screws. All right. In my opinion, these are not good. All right. I don't really want to use these. But maybe what I should have done is I should have probably drilled a hole all the way through. These don't have the holes drilled all the way through, so it might be bottoming out on this. All right. So to be fair, I'm gonna go mount this on this with their screws and see if it's more solid. Okay, there it is. It actually looks pretty secure with it. Okay. Let's put it on its side. Or let's flip it over. I'm gonna flip it over. Let's see how secure it is. Oh yeah, it's pretty secure. Maybe it works better with its own hardware. Okay. Yeah, that's not going anymore. Yeah, I guess it works. Okay, I still kind of like the Condor Chock, how it has a flange on it. All right, so I think I'm just going to use the Condor mounting hardware. So, I mean, one of the reasons that I bought this was so I can combine it with this Condor one, all right? So like, probably this will be my main chock, and this will be my secondary chock. Okay, the lighter bike will go on this one for sure, okay? Man, there's just weird welds and stuff all over the place. It's kind of sharp in some places. Yeah, man, it's not very nicely made compared to the Condor one for sure, okay? So yeah, these screws are definitely better. Okay, yeah, what if we were to use these on this? Let's see. Okay, yeah, okay, so this one, these are not compatible. So the mounting systems are not compatible, unfortunately. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the ones that I have already. I have another set of Condor mounting blocks, mounting bars. I'm gonna mount it like right here. Okay, so this is where this one's gonna go. It's gonna go right here. But if I use all the same mounting hardware, I can I don't have to just only use, so if I use this mounting, so the mounting hardware is not compatible, guys, unless I re-tapped it. If I tapped it, so these bolts will fit, all right, for whatever reason. Yeah, for whatever reason, the thread pitches are different, or the thread, maybe one is, yeah, see, they're different. This one looks a little bigger, actually. Yeah, the thread pitches are different. So that's why it doesn't fit very well. Okay, so I think if you were to use the 7Blacksmiths mounting bars, it would be perfectly fine. Okay, with their mounting hardware, all right, because the screws are totally different. So if I could find, I don't know, I'm just not going to use these. so I could use this chock on anyone. So what we found out is, like, yeah, the holes line up. All right, so I could use this with these mounts, all right, with the Condor mounts. If I had all the 7Blacksmiths mounting bars on this, then we could all use this setup. Okay, so these are not compatible. Okay, guys, in my opinion, the Condor ones are better because they have a flange. Okay, yeah. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're just not gonna use these bars, or I can re-tap them so we can use these. All right, these are a little bit bigger, I think. And then we're going to use these mounting plates that are already on here. Okay, as you can see, they're roughly the same. They look exactly the same. Let's see, maybe they'll even fit in the same hole. Yeah, they're the exact same, but the thread pitch is different. All right. Yeah, I mean, the thread size is different. The thread and the pitch is different. Okay, actually, this bar is a little nicer. It's rounded. The edges are rounded on this one, all right, but it's pretty much the same exact setup. It uses the same type of bolts. You have the 2 bolts and the fender washers, and then there's a nut underneath the trailer to give it strength, okay? I think what I might do is might drill a hole straight through here, so like stuff doesn't get stuck in there, because mud was stuck in there. so mud could get stuck in the threads, and then it would be hard to get the screws in. So yeah, okay. Alrighty, so yeah, there it goes. So it is definitely you get what you pay for type of thing. All right, it's almost half the price of the Condor SC-2000, but in my opinion, the build quality and craftsmanship is much better on the Condor. I am so fortunate that I got this for 30 bucks though. I can't really swing $170 to buy a Chock, guys. It's really expensive. $100 is more. I can do $100. Okay, it would be nice if it was cheaper, but yeah. And then we're just gonna use the Condor mounting hardware. Okay. I don't think there would be any problem using this hardware with this. All right, as you can see, it mounted perfectly fine on there. Like I said, if I could retap this to fit this, then we could probably use these plates too. So I might do that later. Okay, but for now, I'm just going to use the Condor ones. All right. But as you can see there, that's how it works. All right. So you would just put that on there. You would line the holes up. All right, and then you would put the thumb screws on. It helps to not tighten them all the way until you got them all in. Okay. From what I've noticed. Okay. Thanks for watching. That is show and tell of the 7Blacksmiths trailer only Chock versus the Condor SC-2000 trailer only Chock. All right, kind of comparison video, right? But it's mainly for that guy right there. Okay, it's lighter. It's definitely built a little bit. It's been engineered a little bit different. All right, it does. It's exactly the same as this, but it does stuff a little bit differently, as I want to say, all right? But it still does retain the adjustability. You can still fold it. You can still move it up and down. You can adjust where you want the Chock to be, all right? And yeah, and just basically the biggest difference is this pin right here does what this long pin does, okay? And then the cradles are different, so we'll see how this one holds up. That's what I want to say, okay? I kind of like looking at the welds and I'm like, yeah, it's not as good, but hopefully I don't, hopefully it doesn't fall apart while I'm driving. So I want to say, okay, all right, here's Mega. All right, here's Mega here. It's been a few weeks since I shot the last video about this trailer, but here it is. I finally got it on there, all right? So all Hades and Mega had to do was drill 4 holes and attach 4 bolts, right? Oh, I kind of messed up. I was gonna mount it right here, okay, and then it hit there's a cross member here, okay. There. Yeah, you can see there's a cross member there. It hit that, so there's no way of putting it on there. So I moved it up one. All right, so there's a little less. There is a little bit of adjustability. All right, the way I have it set up here, I could move it like 1, 2, 3. I can move it 4 forward. All right. I could move it 4 holes forward or right here, okay? I can't really move it any farther back, unfortunately, with the way I had it set up, so. Okay, and it's the same thing with this one, all right? So I've got both Chocks attached to it, all right? There's the Condor one, and this is the 7Blacksmiths one, all right? And yeah, so surprisingly, the 7Blacksmiths one seems more stable, because this one has a little bit of play in it. All right, but when your bike is on there, I guarantee you that's not going to flop around like that, all right? But yeah, this one just seems like everything, the tolerances were like kind of tight. Remember when we put it together? I'm definitely not going to fold that one, all right? And I see really no point to folding it because you'd have to take the cradle off. It's just kind of a pain in the ass. Just take the whole thing off, guys. That's my intention, all right? So this is the way I intend to use it, all right? Have one bike here, have one bike here. They're offset so the handlebars don't hit each other, all right? Another way I thought I could probably do it is maybe put the Chock on this side and then put one of the bikes backwards, but that kind of makes it hard to get the bikes off the trailer, so I'd rather not do that. Well, you could also put the bike backwards too, put the rear wheel in the Chock, and I've done that before, but it kind of holds it kind of weird too, so I don't like doing it that way either. I like both bikes facing forward, plus the fenders like catches air and stuff, okay? But there it is. I did buy another 4 of these bolts, all right? These thumb bolts, they're only like $6 from Condor, okay? So I'm using the 7Blacksmiths Chock, all right? The trailer only Chock with the Condor hardware, okay? So that way, that way if we use all the same hardware, then all I have to do is use the same bolts, all right? And the bolts were better for the Condor hardware because they're flanged, all right? I feel that's better because they're flanged, okay? And it feels more secure. It's very solid, guys, so it looks good. I like it. I'm happy. I did put a little bumper here, all right? Yeah, I'll put a little bumper there, so if it hits the trailer, doesn't mess it up, but that's going to be only on the down position. Here, I don't know, this one, there's a hole here, so I don't know what to do with that. It's just going to be like that forever, all right? Unless you move it, and then it'll hit somewhere else. So okay, so one nice thing about this is it does have holes in it. You can attach bungee cords and stuff to it if you wanted to, so that's also a plus to this. All right, I guess you could just drill a bunch of holes in the Condor Chock too if you wanted to do that. But, and yeah, from what we saw, this one's just slightly lighter than that one. Okay, but in my opinion, if you can afford 2 of these Condor Chocks, or if you could find like a used one, I would say get that one. Okay, that way you don't have to fiddle around with the hardware. I just happen to have the extra hardware. Okay, one of these was already mounted on the trailer, that's why one of them doesn't look brand new. All right, I had 3 over there. I took that one and I moved it here, and then I had a brand new one that I had just lying around, that came with this set here. Okay, and supposedly if you buy one of the, yeah, if you buy the Condor hardware, all right, the trailer only hardware, it's supposed to come with this, but I saw on Amazon post review or something that it didn't come with these. All right, but that's how I got all these extra ones. All right, and then I bought it. I thought I lost these, and I found them, and now I have like 16 of them now. Okay, so there's 8 there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I got 16 of them now, so I got plenty of spares. So I'm just gonna keep it in this little sprinkle jar here. I'm just gonna put them all in there. All right, close that up, and then we throw that in the trailer box. And I'm probably gonna keep, I don't know, maybe the cheaper one in here. All right, I will probably use this one more often to see how good it is, but I'm pretty sure this one, I'm pretty happy with this one. All right, and we'll still, the verdict is still out on this one, whether I like it or not, but it looks like it'll do the job. All right, hopefully it doesn't break or anything in the future, but I kind of, some of those welds are kind of suspect on it. That's what I'll say. All right, but yeah, I'm pretty excited. So the benefits of this, the way I have this trailer set up, is if I want to, well, obviously if I'm going to transport motorcycles, I gotta go install the chocks. Okay, these chocks will not stay on this trailer because my trailer is out on the street here, and these chocks are not cheap. Okay, this one is $200 chock, that one's $100 chock. I'd rather somebody not steal. Now what I could do is I could bolt it down. All right, I could just use regular bolts, and they would be harder to steal, okay, than these thumb screws. All right, or you could just tighten them really hard. All right, but they could still take the pieces off of it. They could take the cradle off, so you'd have to take the cradle off and this, and just take the whole thing off. Okay, when it's out in public and on the street, all these chocks will not be mounted on here. All right, and then if I need to move one bike, I install either one of these on this center one here. Okay, and then when I gotta do 2 bikes, it's going to be in this configuration. All right, it's going to be in a staggered configuration. The reason it's got to be staggered is because my trailer is kind of narrow. It's not the widest trailer in the world. All right, I wish it was a little wider, honestly. But it works. All right, having a narrow trailer like this is okay, you know, because it's not an enclosed trailer. You don't need a whole lot of space. If you have an enclosed trailer, you got like a lot less room to work with. All right, we don't have to worry about stuff hitting the sides because there's no walls. Okay, yeah, okay. And then so when I want to use the trailer for something else, so this makes my trailer more multi-purpose. All right, as opposed to this. Okay, I really like this trackside one. It's really durable. All right, it's got these little tie down thingies here. It's really nice, and you could use it just like this. All right, you could use it without bolting it down, but bolting it down, it's really bulky, and you gotta bolt it down every time with bolts, so it's kind of a pain in the ass to take on and off, and it's really heavy. All right, this is a lot more easier to carry than this. Okay, so I've been trying to sell this one. Nobody wants. People keep on lowballing me for it, so I was like, whatever. I'm not in a big hurry to sell it, guys. But if anybody's looking for one of these and they're in the San Jose area, I got one for sale for like 70 bucks. All right. Okay, and then yeah, so I do have a little bit of forward adjustability on this one and forward adjustability on this one. All right, depending on what bikes I have on here. Okay. And yeah, so I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty much done with this setup. I did want to put these E-tracks back on, but I couldn't find the bolts for it. But if I put the E-tracks back on, I might not be able to move this forward anymore. All right, if I needed to, it would be nice to be able to move it front and back. So that's what I'm gonna say. Okay, so yeah, if I want to use the trailer for something else, like I want to move like solar panels or something, both the chocks, well, I don't put any of the chocks on there, and then we just tie everything down. That's why I would like to have the E-track on there, so I can tie more stuff down. So I'll say okay, but I do have these tie down rings here, so that's okay. Maybe I could add more tie downs to the trailer. All right, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it is. All right, so there it is. That is the 7Blacksmiths trailer chock with the Condor trailer only chock setup right there. All right, so I wanted to see how good this guy is. All right, honestly, it's like half the price of this one almost, you know. I think you can get this one a little cheaper though, but we're gonna try this one out. Okay, plus it's lighter. I don't really need, I think if you wanted a really heavy duty chock, you'd probably want to go with this one. All right, if you had like a Harley Davidson bagger or something, probably you want to use this one as opposed to this one. All right, this one doesn't seem like it's as stoutly built, but we'll find out. Hayes Mega is just transporting dirt bikes and mini bikes and stuff, so I don't really need a super duper heavy duty chock. So I'll say okay. All right, Hayes Mega out. Thanks for watching.